Hey guys, Star User 791 again. I told you I'd keep up with videos today, and one thing I wanted to talk about in particular today was PJS. PJS was Project Search, and it was like a second home to me. I do miss it a lot. It was up in California, and I would go through transitions, like what is it called? Rotations. So let me better saying. Okay. But Project Search was just like a program that helps you grow and develop into like a state. Like you can understand, get the gist of what the hospital life is like. So, for instance, in the hospital life, it was like very chaotic, and that's the funny part. I actually loved and enjoyed the chaotic views of the hospital, and I really enjoyed every bit. So, all the time I was there, like the first rotation I was in was audiology. I would do database entry and what is it called? Putting out folders and sending out envelopes to the parent, the schools, and everything, and also giving the folder to the doctor themselves that would actually give the appointment to the patient that actually had what is it called? A hearing aid or a hearing problem. So that was audiology. I do miss them a lot. They're very sweet, and I still actually have contacted the people still, and I actually do talk to them on Facebook and once in a while. It's actually really nice to actually see them on Facebook and talk to them once in a while. So, um, my next rotation was CDC Child Development. Now that, of course, you're always gonna have ups and downs. Like for me, I had the biggest down in that one. My self-esteem dropped so low in that one. I was so disappointed, like with the person I worked with, because at first she came off very nice, and then like kind of years late, a little bit later on, she came a little harsh. And Jonathan, you know what I'm talking about. So if you're watching again, you and I will probably end up talking about this later. Hello again. So we'll talk about this later, and probably. Um, for that, I actually did the same thing. It was. I'm sorry. Long day last day. For that child development, I mostly did paperwork and filing folders and sending out envelopes to the actual patients and schools and everything, and giving folders to the doctors and to clarify everything. So yeah. But my self-esteem went down on that one because she was very harsh, and like the environment to me, actually, one of the ladies who I actually really remember, Martha, if you're watching, thank you. She actually stood up for me a lot, and I really appreciated it because I ended up crying one day and leaving because I was just so pissed off and so upset. But when I actually left that day, Martha did have a talk with my teacher, and she actually said, "Well, you know, this she is really harsh on her, and she does try to do her best, but I really appreciate her for sticking up for me." So, unfortunately, I ended that one a little bit earlier. So, what is it called? My last and final rotation. I enjoyed this one so much, and I cried when I left because it was my favorite of all, and I loved it. These ladies were so sweet. They went above and beyond, and I didn't expect to meet such nice ladies. And still today, I am in contact with them. And what is it called? Pathology. Sorry. Pathology. I'm sorry. I'm still in my pajamas. It's just a lazy day today. In pathology, I mostly did paperwork, data entry, and working with the tubing systems with the blood specimens. And now you guys are gonna think that's nasty and gross, but I actually enjoyed it. And you're gonna think, wow, sorry, you are nasty and gross. But you know, like working in a hospital, you actually see blood a lot of the time, so it's kind of like expected, so you kind of get used to it. Let's see. So mostly working around the patients, it was very easy to keep it confidential, and also at the same time, I do miss the ladies. One of the things I was so appreciative of these ladies for is that they went above and beyond. They actually celebrated my birthday. And I did tell them that it was my birthday when it was coming up and everything. They actually went out and got me a cake, got me a balloon and everything, and a little gift. I was so surprised. And I was so in much shock from that. And they didn't have to do it. It was very nice of them. It was very sweet. And like I said, still in contact with them today. And when I was leaving Project Search, the last day, they actually went and got me a cake, a balloon, and a present. And I still am so surprised. They actually told me, come into the room at this time and everything. It's like, okay, whatever. And I'm thinking, okay. Everybody's gone there. I did miss them. And when I went in there, I was so surprised. They actually went and started singing She's a Jolly Good Fellow. And I was so in much shock from it. It was like, I actually started to cry from it. And I felt so wonderful because these ladies put so much effort into it. And I was so happy to see that. It was just so much fun. And I'm sure, Jonathan, if you're watching this, you remember this part. Julie, if you're watching this as well, you know this too. Remember the beach ball? The beach ball was our favorite. There's this big beach ball, and of course, in the morning when we had like 30 minutes before class actually started, we actually would go and play with the beach ball. At one point, I would not let it go. Jonathan decides to actually drag me across the ground while I'm holding the ball. So I actually thought that was the best memory ever. And every Friday, we actually would play a game called Jeopardy. We actually would play Jeopardy, and we'd break off into groups and everything. We had to fight over who would be in the groups. So it's just it's like your siblings in the group. So it's like your siblings in the internship, and it was just best. I miss everyone to bits and pieces, and I still do talk to everyone today, and I miss them every bit of the day. So it was just a lot of fun. So being in that program, I realized that you can grow and be independent from anything you want to be in. So actually, a lot of people have gotten hired in that program. Julie, um, I think she's back interning there. I'm not sure. If she is, she'll probably tell me later. If not, I remember Jonathan Van Dorn. He got hired at HR Services, so I was really proud of him. And this is getting long. Let's see. Matt, I can't really pronounce your last name. It's been a year and I still can't pronounce your name. um, he actually is working another hospital, I think. I'm not sure. He'll probably tell me later too. So, but to everybody who was in that program, I really do wish you all well, and it would just be really nice if we get off and we do a reunion and everything. I would just love to see everybody. It would just be great. So, anyway, yeah, Project Search was just a program that would help you mature and grow and become responsible and work with disabilities. Of course, you're probably gonna look at me as like, sorry, you don't have any disabilities. Actually, I do. I had a disability. It was a learning disability when I was younger. So when I was younger, it was hard for me to learn. But actually, over time, I actually grew out of it. So it's just really interesting to see what other disabilities are there and what people can accomplish. So anyway, if anybody knows about a program like that down here, leave a comment in the box. Leave a comment down below, or comment, rate, or subscribe. The subscribe button's right up there. Or inbox me and let me know about it. So anyway, this is Darky91. I'll see y'all next time.